The Red Rock Job Center is closing. Today is Tuesday, June 3rd, and this is 570 News on the Go, brought to you in part by NorthCentralPA.com. Widespread haze, sunny today with a high in the low 80s. The Golden Strip Plaza in Shamokin Dam on routes 11 and 15 in Snyder County was the scene of a commercial fire on Monday night. The blaze was at a garage in the back part of the building. The Daily Item reports the cause was determined to be accidental and there were no injuries. The Red Rock Job Corps Center in Sullivan County is closing. The Sun Gazette reports the facility near the Ricketts Glen State Park is one of over 100 Job Corps centers that will close at the end of June due to cuts by the Trump administration. Job Corps was created to help young adults build a pathway to a better life through education, training, and community. U.S. Department of Labor officials said they believe the program is no longer achieving the intended outcomes. The State Department of Corrections has delayed the announcement of their decision on the proposed closures of SCI Rockview and the Quahana Boot Camp. The final decision on whether to close the prisons was supposed to come at the end of May. However, the DOC website indicates the decision is still pending. The closures would have a significant economic impact on the region, with an estimated annual loss of $118 million across Center, Clinton, and Clearfield counties. A Howard man was sentenced to decades in prison for producing child sex abuse materials. 41-year-old Louis Wetzel was handed a term of 30 years in federal prison. U.S. Middle District Judge Matthew Brand recommended Wetzel serve his sentence at the Allenwood Federal Prison. Wetzel previously pleaded guilty to producing child pornography and enticing a 12-year-old to engage in illegal sexual activity. He also claimed during online chats to have the ability to offer children for sale to other adults for sexual acts. The Williamsport Bureau of Police is advising the public to be aware of yet another scam targeting local victims. The latest scam involves text messages claiming to be from the Pennsylvania Department of Motor Vehicles. The text messages state it is a final notice and that enforcement penalties begin on May 31st. The message includes a link directing victims to pay for an outstanding traffic ticket. You're reminded the Pennsylvania Department of Motor Vehicles does not contact individuals by way of text to request payment for violations. You're also advised not to click on any links in such messages. In doing so may compromise your personal or financial information and subject you to fraud. State police are investigating an online theft of $34,000 from an Illinois business. According to the Daily Item, Square One reports the fraud took place May 21st from a location in Perry Township, Snyder County. The historic Kepler Barn in Center County is going to be torn down as fundraising goals were not met by the historic groups trying to save it. The Kepler Barn is located along Route 45 on Penn State property and is nearly 200 years old. Local historic groups were given just 2 months to raise enough money to save the barn. However, their fundraising efforts fell short. As a result, the university plans to demolish the historic building due to structural issues and the school's operational needs. And visitors to the Little Pine State Park in Clinton County can now get a close-up view of a bald eagle's nest. The park recently installed a telescope near the nest in honor of the late Charlie Probst. The Lock Haven Express reports that Probst, formerly of Avis, was a park ranger and an environmental interpretation technician for 25 years. The telescope was purchased through the Charlie Probst Memorial Fund. The telescope is free to use and is installed at the landing across from the nest at the head of Little Pine Dam. For the latest in news and events, head on over to NorthCentralPA.com. I'm Liz Brady, and you're up to date with 570 News on the Go.